Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wake Up Missoula. I'm your host, Scott Ramp. I'm here to usher you in through the weekend. I changed up my format, so it's once a week here at MCAT, but I have a lot of videos and a lot of fun stuff I'm going to be showing you for this episode of Wake Up Missoula. So let's kick things off with a little bit of weather this weekend. Kicking off for your basically 4th of July weekend kind of deal. 4th of July was yesterday. July 5th is now, but this is like the weekend for a lot of people to be out and about, shooting off some fireworks even after the fact. So let's check out some of the weather. High is 84, low is 55. For your Saturday, your high is going to be 87, your low is going to be 56. It's going to be some thunderstorms happening. We've been basically seeing pretty much thunderstorms all week long. You know, there's been a little rain, a lot of pouring. It hasn't been too consistent. It's been very much like flash rains and all sorts of stuff as well. So big things happened in the news today. Washington Middle School hopes to bring the International Baccalaureate program to their school. They're working towards it to bridge the gap between elementary and high school, as basically parents are getting their kids ready for college as soon as kindergarten. Paxton, Hellgate High School, Missoula International Schools are some of the examples of schools in Missoula that have taken the IB program to heart, which consists of many class systems of students able to learn towards graduation. Their high school graduation form has a little stamp of the International Baccalaureate, which is good for scholarships and a lot of opportunities as well. Washington Middle School hopes to bridge the gap. It's a Swiss International Baccalaureate is a Swiss founded program that aims to create global citizens through a curriculum that emphasizes international cooperation and understanding. Over the last 10 years, I got this hair in my face. Over the last 10 years, the nonprofit academic programs have been spreading to private and public Missoula schools, and their model students have learned to draw connection among different subjects, making their own discoveries and learning about the world. The IB program started as a curriculum to prepare high school students for post-secondary school. Though rigorous coursework and standards, it has evolved since into 4 programs at different age groups, from pre-kindergarten all the way to, high school. Paxton Elementary School, known for its dual language Spanish program, has many parents concerned about their education going into middle school, like Washington Middle School, saying that some of the kids are overqualified when it comes to going to the Spanish program. Of course, this is a starting point, and the school is kind of like a middle school capstone project that they're working towards. It's basically, if you think your kid is underwhelmed with school, it's a good program to get your kid into. A lot of times, kids are really get their work done, and they're really good at doing all that stuff. And if they're able to do it, why not? All right, so in state news, a completely different topic altogether. There's no good segue to go to the state news. In the last 30 days, according to Montana Department of Transportation, 22 people died in the month of June. While there was no specific cause for this sudden increase, MDT called the shocking compared to recent downward trends. So far this year, 72 people have died on Montana roadways this year compared to the 66 fatalities in 2018. It's a low number than the 2017, where 80 fatalities have occurred in Montana roads by July 1st. Over half the deaths are directly caused by being under the influence. Most causes were attributed to not wearing seatbelts. Most of these accidents occur in rural and non-interstate travel, because according to MDT, about 8 of those accidents occurred on the occurred on Montana interstates. In national news, Donald Trump made history. That's the big news that's been going on here when he became the first sitting president to step into North Korea, the demilitarized zone, which started out as any romantic comedy from a few coarse words between the two leaders from the two countries. They met at a neutral location and were able to find some common ground. But like any romantic comedy, there's always a rough patch, and followed by a grand gesture to win the heart of a nation. But of course, being more serious, Trump had said that the duo would merely conduct a brief handshake, but then they met for almost an hour. Afterwards, Trump said each leader would provide a team of negotiators to talks aimed at persuading Kim to dismantle his nuclear weapons program. Of course, a couple days later, North Korea claims that U.S. is hell-bent on hostile acts against the secluded nation. North Korea has been strapped by ever-tightening UN sanctions since 2006 as global powers press Pyongyang to end its nuclear and ballistic missile program. So those are some of the news tidbits that are going on here. I got a couple new programs that are happening on MCAT. So if you guys are interested, you can find most of these programs at MCAT.org, or you can watch this weekend on channel 189. But here's a little taste, and when I come back, I'm going to be talking about a couple movies that are coming out this week for your 4th of July blockbuster summer movie, Pre-Critic.
I took this job starting the Montana High Tech Business Alliance, and my mentor was like, well, what about your business idea? Like, don't you still want to start that? And I had all these excuses, and I said, you know, I need to have a real job. I have to support my kids. I need to pay for daycare. And I just kind of set that dream aside and let it rest while I helped build the Montana High Tech Business Alliance. But now today, like, this creative urge, it keeps nagging at me, and I can't let it go. And I still want to start this business, writing and teaching leadership and communication skills to professional people. And I finally started to do this as a side hustle while I do my day job. And I've been carving out time, especially for the summer and fall, to build a website and get things going. But I'm still, frankly, terrified. And so I think that's why I need to be here today.
An artist named Agnes Dene went into South Manhattan, and a real estate developer had purchased some low-income housing, tore it down, and displaced all the people. And Agnes Dene came in and asked if she could have it between the demolition and when they were scheduled to start construction on high-rise for higher income individuals. And it was about a 2 to 3 year period. She went in and she amended the soil, and she planted wheat in the middle of Manhattan. She harvested the wheat, she made bread, she tracked down the families and brought them the bread. Now what am I doing? You know what I mean? So there's some really incredible artworks out there that are about place and environment and socio-political and economic situations that I think are absolutely stunning.
Hey guys, welcome back. Let's talk about some movies that are coming out this week. Alright guys, let's do this again for the last time. Let's get things going with the Spider-Man franchise, which is like, I'm Sony, and I'm exclusive unless those wacky folks decide to let other kids play with the Spider-Man toys. And they sure do have fun at Marvel Disney Studios' expense, which at some point will owned at Sony, but that's a whole nother thing. This movie continues the story about Peter, who is a millennial, going on a European vacation to stop the four elements from destroying the world, and with a little help from secret agent Sam Jackson's eye patch and Jake Gyllenhaal's obvious villain agenda, we'll have another movie for y'all. Up next, we got a horror movie made by the same people who made Hereditary. Never saw it. I'm not really into those horror films, nor am I into most films because they usually follow a certain ideological plot. But this ain't no ballet opera, MidSommar. It's a cult movie, which means there's going to be some people actually acting crazy and balanced that make you go, oh no. Anyways, watch the run-of-the-mill Wicker Man movie about a village where everyone is in on the joke, and the joke is horror cult or just a horrible movie. The movie has director from Hereditary, so you know what you're in for if you're going into there knowing what Hereditary is all about. Many people even people here at MCAT were just like, Hereditary is so great, MidSommar is so great. Is this the cinematography? It's like, well, what about the story? Is the movie like good? And they didn't really give me the answer. So, anyways, if you have a kid who likes those horror kind of movies, they can sign up for our zombie camp. They're for kids age 13 to 18. A lot of times, it's better to make a horror movie because it's a lot of fun to make a horror movie. Watching a horror movie is a whole other thing. MCAT is doing the zombie camp, and you can and that will cut your creative kids' teeth into horror film about zombies that eat people. And of course, zombies are cute now because of the Funko toys. All right, so there's some of the movies that are coming out this weekend. It's 4th of July extravaganza. Spider-Man basically has no competition. MidSommar is horror film, so horror films. There's always a market for horror films. All right, so those are the movies that are going on as well. I have a couple movies for you guys, and this is from. Let's see if I can find it. Animation Camp happened last week. We had a bunch of videos we showed, but I'm going to give you a highlight of all the stop animation videos that some of the kids have done. Last Friday, I gave you the summer series event from Die Cute, and here is an animation block that I found that you might like, so check it out.
Pikachu! Squirtle!
Ah, let me go! Let me go! Ah, I'm in so much misery and pain!
What's up, guys?
Mew, what are you doing here?
Oh, nothing much. Just chilling.
Kadabra!
What?
Oh, that Kadabra stole my lollipop.
Squirtle! Squirtle! Squirtle!
Kadabra!
I wanna be.
Hey guys, welcome back. A lot of great mediums from stop animation. You have some whiteboard, mixed media, 3D animation, Legos, all sorts of really cool things that kids do. Our animation camp, again, is full. We have quite a bit of kids coming into our animation camp, too. We had 13 in the last one. I think we have 14, 15 this next one. We kind of opened the floodgates just a little bit, and a couple of people slipped through the cracks. But there is no room in animation camp. There is plenty of room in our Time Travelers camp, which starts on Monday. All right, let's talk about some city council stuff. But bear with me, it's pretty short. It's about an hour long. They didn't have too much to talk about. It's 4th of July week, and so they just kind of approved a couple things here and there. The city talked about fireworks safety. A couple of people were concerned the city council members just like saying, hey guys, just remember, you guys got dogs. Veterans also who have post-traumatic stress disorder also suffer, especially for some of the loud banging and fireworks as well that can trigger some of them. So just be a little more cautious about it. Even though 4th of July already happened, just think about it because you still might have fireworks for later on. So just be a little sensitive to other people. That being said, fireworks are great. All right, there is no meeting on Wednesday because of the 3rd of July. But the city met Monday to pass a couple things from BUILD, which is better utilizing investments to leverage development, and the Orange Street and Stevens Avenue Chip and Seal project will be fixing potholes. Jack Walton, Community Forum Report, takes on the all neighborhoods about the presentation on wildfires. And here is, let's see, Jack Walton. He's doing the Community Forum Report.
He had a great graphic presentation about how thinning a forest and how the undergrowth comes back in and how you remove and select and how that can have an impact on wildfire preparedness and the changes and be prepared for that. So we had a great discussion on that, and I know there's going to be a public meeting coming up in July with the Forest Service on some projects they have occurring around Missoula. And
all right, so that was Jack Walton. Of course, many things that happened last year was there wasn't as bad of a fire in Missoula. They did do a controlled burn in I think it was Idaho, which there was smoke for a day or two, but the year before was really, really bad, which had a lot of people concerned about how they can manage their property. A lot of times it's always good to not have brush so close to your house. A lot of houses, they don't catch on fire through embers alone, and there's many ways to prevent this. So far, I tried to look up, see if they had the meeting coming up, but I don't know exactly what it is. Of course, fire season is upon us, and even though we have seen some rain flashes this past week, we still have to be careful in terms of fire danger, which does remain moderate, but of course, it might have changed. So if I look at the fire danger today, I just literally look up fire danger on the Google. It looks like Missoula County. It's still moderate. It's blue, but it can quickly get higher and higher. Outdoor burning closes basically as of Tuesday, June 2nd was the official last day to do any kind of prescribed burning. You have any bush and russell and kind of stuff like that, you really can't burn that stuff anymore. But if you need to get rid of that stuff, you can always go to Missoula Eco Compost, which is right next to the new Walmart. If you're from Missoula, you'll understand what the new Walmart is, so don't get it twisted. All right, let's move on to other things in terms of your city council. They kind of talk a little bit about C.S. Porter as they begin construction. And without further ado, here's just what she has to say, and I'll talk a little bit more after this.
This is the location of the request, with the area to be vacated shown in red on the slide. It's approximately 300 feet long and varies between 10 and 20 feet wide. The total area to be vacated is about 5,200 square feet. You can see that the alley currently doesn't connect to Reserve Street and that the school building is sort of in the way. There is no possibility for future connection, and this area has been used for many years as part of the school grounds. All
right, so just so you guys know, this red spot right here is part of C.S. Porter. This is Reserve Street, and this is kind of the area where they pick up the kids. This is not a bus kind of stop. These are kind of like side street deals where they're just kind of parked on the side of the street, and then there's the parking lot in this general area. There's no actual drop-off kind of zone for a lot of the buses to swing by and drop the kids off. The parking is even limited for a lot of the teachers as well. And they're starting the construction, and the reason why they're at the city council in the first place is this area isn't just MCPS, but it's also a city right-of-way, an access point for a lot of different things, but hasn't necessarily been used for any kind of right-of-way alley access way. So, but it's still considered part of the city's zoning. So there's just a lot of couple red tape that they have to get through with the help from the city, which of course they approved it. The image that you saw was just the boundary line, and it was also just part of the mini properties and whatever in that area. So most of this meeting was about city approving over a portion of the area that needs approval for construction to move forward. It sounds confusing, but it's just an approval. And they also need to talk to the county about getting that area approved as well, because it's not only just a city right of way, but it's also like a county-owned property. So it's kind of a mixed bag. So anyways, the city said yes. And sometimes the property line falls under the city and or county, and in this case, both. Gwen Jones, a completely different topic altogether. I've talked about this in the last couple meetings, is that it's Kaboom, which is an organization that basically helps cities construct playgrounds for your children. And this is Gwen Jones reflecting on the new playground that's going to be built in Missoula at Rose Park.
The Rose Park neighborhood, right off of Brook Street, is going to be getting a brand new playground. Kaboom is the name of a national nonprofit that will be financing the great majority of this brand new playground. And let me tell you, from prior fundraising experience at Paxton Elementary, playground equipment is highly expensive. So this is an incredible opportunity that has landed in our lap in the last month or so. Missoula is starting to see some of these national grants come in because our population level is high enough, and some of the things we're doing in this town is catching attention so that they think it's a good investment. So,
all right, so the big day that's happening, August 17th, will be the build day. They're going to be transporting all the equipment that they are bringing in. Equipment worth as much as hundreds of thousands of dollars. All the pricing and all the money that's going towards this, usually the city is matching about $42,000 of any kind of money that goes towards the construction, development, and just transportation and whatnot. That's just some of the requirements that needs to be put into place. And then they need some people on August 17th will be the build day. If you have a kid, of course, this is something that's relevant for anybody who is interested in going on June 8th. And I believe, let me just double check the date just so I'm not confused. June 8th is July 8th is a Monday, and at 3 p.m., St. Anthony Church here in Missoula will be asking the kiddos, bring your kids by. It's good to get some feedback of what the kids want to see in their playgrounds, and these are already pre-approved national playground equipment for ADA compliant, all sorts of all abilities playground deal, and they're looking for kids to pick out which playground equipment they want to see, but also later on that night as well, 5:30 p.m. is when they're going to have the adult section of it at St. Anthony Parish on July 8th, which is Monday, and then you guys can get some feedback on what you want your Rose Park playground to look like. August 17th will be the build day. They're always looking for a bunch of volunteers, and I mean like over 150 volunteers to help construct all these. The day before, they want to unload the trucks, so they'll probably need about 40 or 50 volunteers to help unload the trucks. So have some strong backs and some strong thighs. It's time to build some playgrounds, which the city approved. So that's a nice little cool thing that's happening in Missoula as well. All right, so I have an art clip for you guys. This is a brand new art clip from the Missoula Art Museum. It's a fun way to kick off the season of it's First Friday also today. So when I come back, I'm going to be talking to you guys about First Friday. So here's this. Kicking off your first Friday, over 12 ceramicists are going to be featured at the Radius Gallery. It's time for your first Friday art guide through the city of Missoula. From 5 to 8 p.m., Missoula will be hosting a bunch of art galleries in and around the city of Missoula. Radius Gallery is one of them. It's from 4 to 8 p.m. at Radius Gallery, so they're going to start a little bit earlier. The 4th Annual Ceramics Invitational, which showcases works from 12 well-known ceramicists. Everyone is welcome. Up next, we have, of course, if you can really kind of get a good look at this, this is Berkshire Hathaway Home Service Properties. Evelyn Neal pays great attention to detail with her pen and ink rendering of local native grasses and nemesis weeds that threaten local soil. Join Friday, July 5th at the Berkshire Hathaway along with Missoula County Weed District Office. They welcome Evelyn and her impressive collection. 11 native and invasive grasses carefully rendered into pen and ink. Use dip pens to recreate a variation of line used in antique illustrations brought to life through watercolor wash. So it's really white, but the lines are very thin, but very detailed as well. So the picture that I saw was a lot clearer. So up next, this is just a gallery 705 inside the Missoula Art and Frame. This is on 709 Ronan Street from 5 to 9 p.m. offering 20% off custom framing, George Gogas prints, as well as works by Stephen Gluckert, Walter Hook, Barbara Morrison, Dennis Kern, Peter Kiefer, and others. Hey, it's a wonderful place. I suggest you hit all the downtown spots, and then you go to the Gallery 709 to check that out as well. Up next, we got Heart Scene. This is by Joseph Kellogg, Western Montana LGBTQ Community Center, a collection of plein air paintings containing scenes in and around Missoula. Join Joseph and visit the center, LGBTIQ Community Center, serving Missoula and surrounding areas. And this is, I believe, in the building. It's not called the Florence Building. Don't quote me on that. It's the building that's pretty much directly across from the Pita Pit. It's on the second floor. And yeah, that's the basic description. It's in the downtown area. You'll see signs on the street that point you right into the art gallery as well. Second to last, Daphne Sweet at Western Cider. Western Cider project Daphne Sweet's latest work in the month of July is a multimedia artist from Southern California based in Missoula, Montana. She specializes in painting and ceramic medium. Her design aesthetic mimics organized chaos found in Rococo, Baroque, Japanese ukai prints, and pattern designs. We'll get through this. I'll get through this. All right. Gecko Designs is doing a featuring art of Tony Gregory, showcasing original artwork from published works, new works yet to be published, graphic novels, single issues, sketches, live drawing, and beer. Gecko Designs is right next to Pie Hole. It's downtown, and if I point in this direction, you guys won't get the reference point. So there's that. So those are all the kind of the art things that are happening. There's usually a little bit more. July 4th already happened, July 5th. It's a good chance to be out and about in the downtown Missoula area to enjoy some wonderful art in the city of Missoula. So if you guys are interested in doing that and find out more, you can go to MissoulaEvents.net. MissoulaEvents.net is where you can find all your local source of, all you got to do is look for the hashtag First Friday, and you'll be able to find all sorts of First Friday events lining up across the screen. All the art clips are all the art related topics are in yellow. The blue, of course, is a parents' night out, which I'll talk a little bit more about when we dive into our events. But I have an even extended art clip for you guys. This is a 10-minute highlight reel of our let's see, it's Dude I Just Drew Jr. It's the second Dude I Just Drew Jr. Last time we did it was during our Spring Flicks. We're going to try to do it again during Animation Camp 2. Look for it. We'll probably do it on a Thursday around 12:30, noon o'clock. And you guys can check it out sometime. So I'll warn you guys again next Friday. But without further ado, here is a nice overall Dude I Just Drew Jr.
Hey everybody, welcome to an episode of Dude I Just Drew Jr. episode 2. And we got a big audience for this afternoon. And we introduce an artist. You can introduce. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name's Gannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyways, So here's what we're gonna do. Our audience is gonna throw a bunch of suggestions at us. We choose a suggestion and we will draw it.
Mario 2099.
Mario 2099.
A chipmunk on a motorcycle.
Like wings.
A chipmunk on a motorcycle.
An airplane who just got out of plane for
If you guys are asking for Lovecraftian entity, I guess I could do a Cthulhu, I guess.
It's me, Mario.
It's Mario Great Big Cthulhu Monster, man.
That's very beautiful. God.
Thank you.
As you can see, I'm taking every single angle of this thing.
As you can see, yeah, just relax. It's a lot of things.
I see that Mario hat. It looks like it's like a side steam hat.
Except this guy looks like the guy who would eat the big dog. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I can't handle this.
I can't handle the pressure. We have got the. What is it? Where's this mic? It's like this right here. We've got the cake. There we go. All right, yeah.
Don't sue me.
Don't sue me. Don't sue, dude. I just drew.
Yeah. If you guys can sue, you guys can sue me.
I don't want. Why would you say that? Don't make it weird. It's really nice drawing. It's not a doll. It's an amiibo. Okay. It's not some sort of a collectible. It's something you can put onto your Switch and you can play as it. Obviously, it's Mario from
Colin, where's his bottom teeth?
What?
Mario from the future? This is what Mario from the future is going to look like.
Oh no!
Leave me alone, he's dead.
Oh my.
Oh my! I thought this was the G-rated version of Dude. It's a banana. It's definitely a banana. I didn't copyright a copyrighted character yet. I haven't copyrighted a copyright.
Can you see that?
If you want less noise, we can just get out.
We can watch from the window.
But then I don't have an audience. If you don't want noise, that's it. Cut the production. It's over. Cut the production.
No.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Actually, it's an old artist trick for comic book creators to draw fairly light and then draw darker pencil lines, and then Jack, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Ah! It looks like he's yelling. It looks like his nose is just like ah.
As your president, every human will be around every hula hoop. Not the other way around.
We've made peace with the hula hoops.
We will not only go to the moon, we will loop around the moon, and we will stay there.
Not only will we go to the moon, we will become the moon.
We'll become it.
We will bring the moon.
They said a ring around the moon couldn't be done. And it was done.
One day it'll happen.
Yes. All the humans will be.
When we least expect it. Wait, what was the suggestion again?
We go with more.
Oh, yeah. Are those fangs?
The veil.
Are those fangs? Are those fangs? I'm scared. I'm scared. Has your hair been getting your goat? Then let me tell you. Get a mullet.
Where are pens?
We're not just playing.
Where's she going? Wonder Scott.
I'm gonna do it.
These gonna turn out to be some pretty great legs. Just look at Scott and then look back and then look at Scott again.
Wow.
Oh.
Do I have a shirt?
Nice.
You'll have a shirt.
I thought he was like flailing around the shirt,
You'll
like
have
just
a
like
V-neck.
just going woo. That.
Wait, one more little star in the middle. Boom.
Boom.
Perfect.
Nice. You know what a train looks like?
Do you know what a tank? You know what
Obviously.
Do you know what a tank engine? You know what a tank engine?
That is obviously a train, kids.
It's a castle.
It's not a castle on wheels.
It's your mobile
Yeah,
castle.
I see it.
It's your mobile castle.
There we go. Yeah, I can see the.
Almost a castle.
It has a little crippled wheel.
Oh no.
Oh no, he's
Thomas got into real Ren Fair stuff and just got weird after that.
For the actual movie.
Before he started actually talking to trains.
Yes.
Before
he lost his sanity. And this is when he had beautiful. This is when Thomas was not bald and he wasn't like 80,000 years old. So
Well, this was when trains had hair. Sun trains. Here we are tonight, everybody. This afternoon, we're drawing. We are drawing.
You ran out of energy pacing back and forth, Rowan.
I'm sorry. I don't let me fall. Okay? Don't let me fall. Nobody let me fall, please. No! No! You made me fall.
It's the worst drawings I've ever seen.
What the heck? That's not Scott.
That's out of Scott's mouth.
That's what Scott.
What the heck, Scott?
Quoting Scott. Scott. This is the longest episode.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the longest.
Wait, it was like your first episode, which was the longest episode.
Yeah.
You had 7 rounds.
I think this one might actually be longer than that episode. A human.
Human.
Oh, you mean a man who happens to be named Hugh?
Yeah.
No, human.
Who, man?
My name is Hugh, man.
I'm just used to not talking while I draw, because I sit in the corner during recess and draw.
Oh, well, that's good.
I'm forever alone.
Chia. I'm gonna go on my legs because I'm a little tired.
How about a fire-breathing snail?
How about...
No! No!
Fire-breathing snail. Fine, I'll just do the fire-breathing snail.
Ah!
Are you
My legs.
alive?
I'm alive.
Are you alive?
I think I'll be okay. Anyways, let's see the art.
The roast.
Fire snail. Fire-breathing snail. That is a. I want to sit down in your seat if you're not going to take it. How dare you! I want to sit down. No, get out of my way.
There's a lot of drama.
Look at all this disrespect. All right. So as you can see, there are a lot of drawings here. All of them were great. It was a lot of fun. As always, remember to subscribe to Do I Just Drew, or like it, whatever. Go to my Instagram, Nora2999. Yeah, a lot of awesome drawings, a lot of great stuff, a lot of copyrighted stuff. 12 drawings in total. Yes, except I'm not 12. Except I'm not 12. But anyways, that's the episode. Hope to see you guys next time. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome back. Let's talk about some things that are happening in and around the city of Missoula. Starting your Friday, if you're interested in doing some indoor gymnastic stuff, Roots Acro Sports Center, Missoula Indoor Sports Arena, you have Mismo Gymnastics, and finally the Flying Squirrel. All sorts of fun indoor gaming stuff, padded areas for your kids to tumble, learn to do some backflips, and do all sorts of things as well in a fun, safe environment. Of course, outside is always great as well because it is technically a lot of people's vacations to be out and about. Why not? Just do it. Tiny Tales is a Missoula Public Library. It's from kids who are birth to 3 years of age. It's a great activities. They also have story time for kids as well. They usually do at the Dragon Rug unless otherwise specified. Hands-on science of bubbles. Learn all about the science of bubbles while making bubble art in the Discovery Bench at the Spectrum Discovery Center off of their 812 Tool Avenue. It's $3.50 for anyone 4 and over, and if you're under 3, you get in free. Yarns and watercolor, back at the Missoula Public Library. If you're interested in doing some yarns, making your own clothes and stuff like that, Missoula Public Library starting at noon today. Or if you want to do something a little bit different, do some watercolor. They usually have about 8 people per RSVP type deal. They do it once a week, so you'll have a chance to get in there at one point. Cribbage and Bridge, the Missoula Senior Center. Get to go there. Best dance floor in the city of Missoula at the Missoula Senior Center. King Arthur's Quest, MCC Center for Performing Arts. They're doing all sorts of camps. They're doing First Step Prep, which is a teen extensive art acting group. But in this one, it's for kids who want to get a little taste of theater, provided by the international, well-known Missoula Children's Theater. Is King Arthur's Quest. They're going to be doing a performance at 4 p.m. and at 6 p.m. And make sure you specify which one your kid's going to be in, because 4 p.m. show and 6 p.m. show has 2 different casts. So the whole idea is, what if trouble... So... Medieval England, with courage and confidence. What if the troubles of King Arthur's kingdom threatened to overwhelm him? Watch the damsels in distress sound the warnings of trouble. Witness the Lady of the Lake as she produces the sword and stone. The ghost of Arthur's father visits the castle. Cheers for the king when he makes friends along the way. Join the king and squires of the Round Table as they do the right thing. Hope for the best outcome as your favorite characters in Camelot wrestle with the challenges faced by their people. Follow the original twists on a familiar story as well as they weave its way through the landscape full of surprises. Parents' Night Out, like I said, First Friday is happening. You want to drop your kids off, you want to have a good time, do some parents' date night from 5 to 8 p.m. Currents Aquatic Center is doing a kids a drop-off event, and enjoy your dinner date, explore First Friday art events without your kids in tow. Drop the kids at Currents for supervised fun at the pool and a pizza dinner on the first Friday of each month. It's $15 per child, and they're well taken care of through the Parks and Rec Department of Missoula, the city of Missoula and county. Family Friendly Friday. If you want to spend time with your kids on the Fridays, Top Hat is a great way for kids to enjoy some Family Friendly Friday for some potentially live music. Who knows? There's always some kind of band that might be playing for your kids. A time where parents and their kids can socialize, listen to music, eat great food, and have fun. Parents can enjoy a company of friends or dance with their kids without worrying about their kids making too much noise, because it's a bar and there's already too much noise already. Going anywhere, there's too much noise. Even in the park, it's still too much noise. I don't know, I'm getting older. Everything is loud to me. Even my voice. I better start talking quieter. All right, I have another art clip for you guys. This is also featured at the Missoula Art Museum, which will be doing a First Friday event tonight as well. Hey guys, welcome back. Let's talk about some Saturday events. Saturday is also the kickoff for the Northside Cinema at the old one of the schools on the north side. I always forget the name of it. I think it's no, it's not Hawthorne. Hawthorne's way on 3rd Street. Anyways, Watson's Elementary. I don't know why I'm saying that. But anyways, blah, blah, blah. Saturday, kicking off the Northside Cinema. It's at the school. You take your first left, go past the Conoco station off of Orange Street. You basically just keep driving, and it's the park school area. You can't miss it. And it kicks off when the sun sets. But I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about what movies are going to be playing tonight as well. Farmers Market is doing some more stuff. It's the middle of the summer. Of course, the Farmers Market's starting. They usually start right after Memorial Day. From 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., you guys get to enjoy the Farmers Market, the People's Market, and the Clark Fork River Market. All sorts of markets, food, vendors. Excuse me. Yeah, exactly. You might even do that. Lolo Pass artists in residence, Gale Bear, Lolo Pass Visitor Center is doing a July 6th, 7th, and 8th at the Lolo Pass Visitor Center. Will be hosting Gale Bear. Gale is a Nez Perce tribal elder, well versed in the traditional art forms of Nez Perce people. She specializes in corn husk weaving, basket weaving, and beading. She will be demonstrating the techniques of the Nez Perce corn husk weaving and interacting with visitors daily from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every single day at the Lolo Pass Visitor Center until July 8th. So you only have this weekend to check her out. Moon Randolph Homestead, every single Saturday they host a bunch of people. They also do summer camps. You can always inquire with the Missoula Parks and Rec, Missoula Open Space, and Missoula's only homestead owned by the city of Missoula. So technically you own it. You guys can go there anytime. They do an apple picking later on in the season, and they're always looking for help and volunteers. Get to meet your stewards of the land at the Missoula Moon Randolph Homestead. It is a wonderful place. Every Saturday from 11 to 5 p.m. Get a tour. Predator Feeding, Missouri Insectarium. 1 and 2:30 p.m. They'll be feeding the crickets to the predator. Join us as they explain and demonstrate how predators consume their prey. Come see who is hungry today. At the Missoula Insectarium, you can go to MissoulaButterflyHouse.org for more information. Nerf on Turf, Missoula Indoor Sports Arena. Every chance they get, they like to do some Nerf guns on some turf. Running Fridays from 4 to 5, Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m., and Sundays from 5 to 8 p.m. Also, I wanted to mention on Sunday, yes, there's a Sunday event that I really did want to mention because the Clay Studio of Missoula, which is also doing a First Friday event. They usually do First Friday events, but there's no featured gallery, but they always have a gallery rotating at the Clay Studio of Missoula. And on Sunday at 2 p.m., they have a family workshop at the Clay Studio of Missoula. Bring your family, do some clay stuff. Sunday, July 7th from 2 to 5 p.m. And then again, on Sunday, August 4th from 2 to 5 p.m., it's $40 for one adult, one child, including clay, glazing, and firings. Additional adults and children are welcome for $20 additional per family individual. So if you have a big family, it'll be cost effective. All ages welcome. Create some special with your loved ones. The affordable family workshops are perfect weekend for activities for adults and children to do together. Clay Studio. This is a once in a month opportunity. All right, so that's about it for your Missoula events. If you're interested in learning more about Missoula events and whatnot, you can go to MissoulaEvents.net. It is a wonderful resource for everything Missoula. And also I wanted to do a quick shout out to the Northside Cinema. I keep on changing the name, but anyways, if you're interested in going to see an outdoor movie, bring a lawn chair, go to the north side, and go to that one school, which is just past the Conoco station off of Orange Street. You can't miss it. It's as soon as the sun sets, they'll be playing the movie. Tonight, they're going to be playing a huge Ackman movie, which is the Greatest Showman, which is about PL Travelers. No, not PL Travelers. That's Mary Poppins' writer. It's about the guy who started the circus. The traveling circus, cool stuff. It's a musical, and it's based on a true story. So it's just honestly, it's a really good movie, and I highly suggest going to check it out. Even though I bashed it when it first came out, it's one of those movies that really kind of sticks with you. Anyways, and support your North Side experience. The North Side is going through some dramatic changes. Bunch of new houses, bunch of new community is going to be built on the North Side. It's a good way to stay in touch and meet some of the people on the North Side on the other side of the tracks. All right, so just want to give a quick shout out for them. The World's Greatest Showman, starting at 8:39 p.m., depending upon when the sun does set. this weekend on Saturday. All right, so I showed you the website. What else do I want to show you? Let me show you MCAT.org. If you are interested in finding out more about MCAT, you can go to MCAT.org for everything, including forms. You can fill out our MCAT user application. We provide equipment and facilities for the public at large in the Missoula County area. The only thing that we ask is that you create a program that will air on our channel, 189. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can, if you want more information, email us at MCAT@MCAT.org, or you can call us 542-6228, otherwise known as 542-MCAT. If you are interested in finding out more about me and my morning show, I air weekly every Friday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. wakeupmissoula.wixsite.com/wakeupmissoula. So nice we made you write it out twice, and I'm too cheap to buy. wakeupmissoula.com. All right. I think that pretty much does it. I'm really thankful for you guys to come on to watch my show next week. I hope to have a guest for you guys talking a little bit more about the Northside Cinema. So without further ado, for Wake Up Missoula, I'm Scott Ramph. Have a wonderful weekend.